Wow, really? I know, this one.
Nampak kan?
Kelip mata sikit lah.
Boleh nampak. It's better than the metal, but it's the shit. Right, not bad lah. Nice.
But having 100 bookings for the C350 is something.
Sounds maybe the 250 but...
Senang kan? You ask 250 what?
Oh, I said E-Class Coupe, dia kata combine.
Oh, combine. But still. Impressive number.
Sekejap, E250 CGI dia berapa? The closest competitor is the BMW 335 right? That's still cheaper.
But that's like
That's
one class lower.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. One class lower.
Nice one, Dave.
That's very top.
I know. Probably wondering how he did it.
How about the fuel efficiency and the CGI engine?
Okay, I think we have only one world, and this world we have to take care of. Pollution by and emission by cars can be reduced by bringing latest technology in. The E-Coupe incorporates here with the E250 CGI engine is one of these latest development. So you see the car is now a direct injection petrol engine, direct injection, which reduces the fuel enormously to the predecessor. We have a 22% reduction on fuel by even increasing the torque of the car. So it doesn't mean that a fuel efficient car and a green car, if I may say so, brings you less driving pleasure. No, it's the opposite. It gives you even more driving pleasure by less fuel consumption.
Okay, any last word from you?
Well, I'm quite happy to have these cars now here. We were looking for that for this launch. It's one of the most important launch for us, the sedan, two sedans which you see here, and I'm looking forward for a great year 2010.
Just a little bit about the diesel situation in Malaysia. You guys have brought in the C250 demonstrator CGI.
Correct.
So obviously you're serious about diesel in Malaysia.
Put it this way, we are serious about environment. We think it's very imperative to take care of our environment, and we think the latest technology gives us the possibility to safeguard as much as possible our environment.
Right.
The C250 CGI, which you just mentioned, is a showcase. We cannot run the car, unfortunately, and we cannot launch it in Malaysia because this car needs Euro 4 diesel.
Right.
The Euro 2, which was just introduced, is not capable to run this car.
Right. So what would be your advice? Because obviously Mercedes-Benz believes that diesel is the way forward in terms of saving the environment and making cars greener. What advice would you have for the Malaysian government if they're thinking about where the diesel policy should go, in which direction it should go?
It's not the only, I must say. We are of the opinion it's one part of the whole possibilities. You know, in the extreme you talk about electro cars, you can talk about the diesel cars, you can talk about fuel reduction by improving even the petrol engine like the CGI engine here. So it's the whole range. But we really would appreciate getting the latest technology also on the fuel side to give us the possibility to bring the latest technology into the country, because we think it's important to bring the latest technology into Malaysia.
Okay. and a little bit about the end-of-life vehicle and why that is such an important issue in Europe and why it is,
I would say end of life should be maybe a little bit more elaborated. In Europe, we have every 2 years the car has to perform a test, which I think is the right way, because road safetiness need safe cars on the road. The brakes has to be to the latest standard. They have to work appropriate. The car has to be checked through. So maybe this is the way to move forward, because it's not necessary a car after 15 years are necessary to be scrapped, but that cars are to be checked whether they are still capable to run on the roads.
Right.
I think this is imperative and necessary for road safety.
So the biannual checkup in Europe is actually just to weed up cars that are no longer roadworthy.
Exactly. So they have to check their brakes, they have to check their lightings, whether it's still in the right adjustment and everything. And if the car is not roadworthy, it has to go to the workshop and has to make good, and then he come back to another test. And if he cannot pass the test, he's not allowed to run the car on the road.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
In the box. And you stop here.
There you have it. One